this elevated cabin in the last video, and I'd like to actually have a little living space of my own design here. So I thought I would set that up right where we're standing now. I want to be able to see my ship, so I'm going to start with a couple of structures from the BMX Outpost mod. Yeah, I can clear this. I just want to clear a little bit of a path going up to my ship so that I can see it from down here. Let's see how well I can see. I mean, I can see the edge of it, and that's fine. Alright, now let's get back big picture. I think I want this sort of stacked construction here. And I want the stairs facing toward the exterior door, if I can help it. Is that actually what I want to do, or do I want it in the back of the room? No, I don't want to look at the underside of stairs. So we are going to place it right here. Put that right there, and then we'll get to work on a doorway. And there are a lot of choices here. A lot. I don't think this one actually connects to the hab. So that's odd. It looks like it should, but it doesn't actually open anything on the inside of the hab. So that's funny. I do like that wider style of door, but I guess this structure just won't accommodate it. Yep, same there. So I think what I want is something that I can just walk up and walk into here with a little bit of a front porch kind of thing. I don't like this plain white door. I don't find it very appealing. This one is fine though. Simple steps up. We'll put some planters out here, I think. And inside, nice, we can actually make these windowed. Everything but the corners. Which is really nice. And then up here we can't edit these at all because these are angled, but I think that will serve our purpose just fine. So I don't know how much of this will get decorated today. I actually had sort of abandoned my Fallout home that I was decorating because the update came out and I had to clean up my mod list like a lot. And so that's what I did, and some of those mods just did not make the cut, unfortunately. Well, is this actually the color I want here? Yeah, I think it being kind of earthen is really nice here. These are mods from Pegasus Home and Garden, which is a fantastic mod. Truly, just like awesome stuff in here. Looks great, even if you're like not messing with the like the patio pieces, where you can build your own kind of deck. There's still lots of really great items there. Let's do both of these blue on this side. And then we'll do orange chairs on this side. Looks nice. those are going to be for us. Let's see, these are some, look like raised beds, but yeah, we'll take some little plants up here for sure. I'd like to have something blue themed. Here we've got the fire with the blue themed chairs. So I might like to have a bit of a blue kind of thing here. Yeah, maybe that's not realistic. This one is kind of blue. So I like that. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? This is blue in a wicker kind of container, which is fine. I think what I'd like to do is to have this be, you know, like a couple of chairs next to the fireplaces is nice, you know, to stay warm. And also a little bit of like a seating area with a table here. For that, I'm gonna pop over to, oh, it's this way, Nems Deco Pack by Downfall Nemesis. She has some really great kind of pre-built accents for your living spaces. So let's see, here's a bar table, dining table. Could make this a games table. More dining. A lot of these are super cool dining options, but it looks like they're coffee table options as well. So here's one with some cards, here's one with just a bottle of wine or such. I don't know that books are going to be the right call for outdoors, but that's just because it's raining right now. You know, I think maybe something like this is nice, because it's wooden and it's outdoors. So I kind of like that. Let's get this nestled in here. And then we can move our chair back in once we've found this table's happy place here. Alright. Nice. Got a book there. Yeah. Okay. So this is a nice little living-ish area. We want to put down a mat here. And I think in that I want the buildable walls and doors. There are some collision cheaters and some floor mats, which they call this a table mat, but I kind of like this as an entryway mat. Feels very sci-fi. Helps to kind of differentiate the inside from the outside, which I don't mind at all. And then we could put down a big rug in here, but I think we'll do smaller rugs to kind of split up the space more effectively. Make it feel appropriately cordoned off. For that, we're definitely going to need some walls. I really love the look of this wood panel wall, and I use it all the time. I think that will probably be what we'll go for here too. You know, we don't want to cut off too much access beneath the stairs here. I don't think this is straight by any means, so let's line it up on the floor here. Alright, now I've got our angle pretty much set. We can put it right back where it was as it corresponds to the wall. And there we go. We've got a little bit of separation between two areas here. I'm thinking we can put a bed on this side and then a sitting area, maybe a TV on this side, maybe in that corner even. So let's hop back over to the home and garden pack. There's some nice beds here. Let's see, there's a blue. Oh, I like this. This just looks so comfortable, doesn't it? I think that looks so comfortable. And we'll put it at a little bit of an angle, just to give it a little bit of character here. And we want to get some kind of storage here. You know, some looks just fine. Now, I know there was a wardrobe included in the Terra Nomada DLC, or maybe it was just a part of the Free Lanes update. I'm not actually too sure myself, but that may be something that we use instead. Utility shelf. It only wants to go in one of those two places, huh? It wants to go on top. It does not want to go to the side. That's so funny. Well, we could do that, but I don't think we want to. Maybe like that is fine. Yeah, and we can put something on top of that. I don't think we need a wardrobe, which would take up a whole wall. We can do a little something else. I like the idea of having a little bit of a workstation here, maybe near to the door. The black is nice, but is there? Yeah, the beige does fit the theme better here. And I like these kind of big chunky pieces at angles to make the place feel like pretty cramped and small. That I think is sort of the goal of what I'm doing here, is to make this feel really, utilitarian maybe is the wrong word, but something along the lines of sparse. Now, I've completely forgotten I was going to put down some rugs. So before I put down too much furniture, let's pick out what rugs we want. Let's see, it's not in Home and Garden, I don't think. I have a lot of great mods that add a lot of different rugs. The mod I think I go to the most for just putting things on the ground or on the walls is this Nims Deco pack. So let's see what she's got for a couple of rugs. I'd like to have something kind of woven looking. So this is not bad by any means. I think this might be nice to go under the bed. And in fact, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll keep the angle that this has, and we'll just place the bed on it, and we'll move the rug with the bed back into the corner. And that feels nice. I like that. Now the back of it is off the rug, but we could put something like a divan or something at the base of the bed here. Just at the foot of the bed to kind of, make this area seem a little more full. We'll see what we have. We may have a fancy couch that does that. I was really surprised to see that some new furniture got added to the base game with the Terra Nomada DLC. Why do I keep saying Armada? It's Armada. Unfortunately, I don't think that fits our design here. It's very nice, though. It may be not as close as we can get, though. Let's check out the mod, which is, why can't I think of the name? Tailored Spaces. That's it. For some kind of cozy accents here, let's see if we can find some nice seating here. We have red, black, and white. We could put a white kind of couch thing at the end of the bed here, which I don't hate. I like that. It's kind of the same width there. Looks nice and comfy, right? It's fairly cozy, I think. Alright, that's that done with that rug. Now, I believe there's a standing mirror somewhere in the decorations, and I want that while I'm thinking of it. Oh, we'll get some hanging plants up too, of course. There's our standing mirror. Something like that, I think might be nice over here. Maybe. ditch that additional storage and instead put in this mirror. Leaves the floor kind of bare right there, but maybe we can put a plant on the ground. Bit of a potted plant solves most feng shui problems, I find. Maybe it's not true. I don't want just like the back of that mirror to be super visible, like when you come in the door, so maybe something like that is better. You know, so it's not as much at an angle, it's just kind of like here. Anyway, let's get a chair here. Oh, should we have a coffee maker on the desk? My, what luxury. Let's go ahead and throw one of these upstairs, because I'm thinking I'll do sort of like a dining area upstairs. Water cooler down here. I mean, maybe. I think it's kind of nice to have like just water accessible on every floor of the home. Maybe not everyone feels that way. I'm trying to remember which mod has a lot more of these in it. Different colors of those. Let's keep it going till we find. Here's some potted plants, if I'm remembering. Yeah, these are all fairly short, except for maybe this one. You know, that's really not bad though if we just want to have like a small plant here. I like that. And then let's go over to tailored spaces. We can get a couple of candles here as well. If I can remember where they are, right? Okay. Bronze centerpiece. Nice. We can just get like a single candle here. It warms up the space a bit. We could put a book on that corner. I wish there were like, you know, like actual proper clothes you could put places, but it would just show up as one of those like cloth zipper bags. Unfortunately. Let's see, if we put this here, will the TV be too high? I think it will, but, you know, we don't have to sit and watch it if we don't want to. Oh, again, we want to put a rug down. I'm not thinking of the rugs appropriately. Let's see. Everything is black, white, and red. I don't know what exactly inspired her to do these Ryujin like walls and things, but they're pretty cool. I think it's not what we want for our space right here though. Functional decor, I believe this is, yeah, this is where all the water coolers are. Oh, look at this, they've even got like this wood paneled one. Let's build one of those instead. Yeah, I like that. Now that's exciting. I didn't know my followers could actually walk through here like this. I thought they were gonna get stuck, but they path right across. Every other time I've done this, they get stuck. Alright, let's get a television up. Oh, we can get some speakers up here as well. You know, we can put one on the back here. Oh, those are like the standing speakers. But what we will do is we will try and get them at sort of at an angle here, perhaps, maybe. Not quite. But we'll get we'll get these set up. I see these posters. Oh, this is just like every poster. That's awesome. I didn't know they would have so many of those. Alright, this is not where I have my screen from. And I don't think this is either. Are these better speakers? No, that's already what I've got. Let's do a washing machine setup here. I think we'll put our bathroom in sort of this corner. Do we need gym equipment? I'm thinking maybe no. You know, I think I went on this journey to get just to get a couch, and I got very, very sidetracked, so thanks for staying with me. Interesting, this wardrobe is classed as a display, but I don't know that it actually will display anything. I think it's just storage. I haven't tested that, but the space is not big enough for it, so if you know about this wardrobe display, let me know in the comments, because I'm be very interested to learn more. We have bulletin boards, pictures. I know I've got some stuff that has like really big screens. I don't think this is what we want, but for right now we'll look at it. I'm sure we will find this. It's only a matter of time. There it is, TV. Alright, we no longer want small TV, we want big TV. Excuse me, big TV. Do you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Maybe we should have left that on the wall to place this TV in front of it. I think that's actually not a bad idea. Where did I get that? Is it here in a wall monitor? I don't think it was here. Goodness. I think I'm losing my little mind. It was probably just earlier in the decorations, wasn't it? Yeah, that's exactly where it was. Okay. Amazing. There we go, and that will let us mount this here, which looks okay. I don't think that's a functional TV. Why do I feel like there was in functional decor like an actual working like screen? Somebody tell me why I think that. You could like turn it on, or yeah, and it would like play the advertisements. Why do I think that that's there? I feel like I'm losing my mind a little. Was it here? This is no longer important. I am truly just stalling. Let's get out of here. Yeah, these are the deck pieces I was talking about. You can place one of these and then build a deck like around it. So if we wanted, we could have like a lower patio down here, and that would be pretty slick, but not something we need to do right now. Alright. I'm just looking for rugs. This is a Nishina rug. because somebody went through the trouble to make these really wonderful things. And so, I'm gonna use them. This does not line up exactly, but I think that's okay. I do want it to be like a little bit off kilter, make it feel like a little bit more lived in. Something like that is nice. Alright, let's get some couches in here. I actually think I like the sectional couches from Home and Garden here. Yeah, we can have a sectional there. Orange, white, gray. I think the white is nice. Let's try for that. Alright, and then I was gonna ask myself if these snap together, because I truly don't know. Well, Delta's gonna try it out for us, I guess. Alright, that's different edges, and we can do that. That looks nice. Yeah, I don't think we need to do a sectional. Actually, quite like that just as is. Let's throw down one of these chairs too. Do you have one that's white? Indeed not. Oh, look at this. a whole TV display already built. Well, we'll just stick with ours for now. Some really great stuff in Bethesda's Home and Garden. I do still think that I like this style of chair more. So maybe you put like one of these here, and then we want another couch. Maybe we can do the gray couch here. Just do like a small one. Let's see, we need a right end. This is a little too cramped to let in anyone, but I think that's okay. We'll just get these. Whoops. Lamp toggles alight. Well, that's no longer over there. Sorry. Alright, let's move this a bit here. And there we go. And that way it can kind of fit right there. We can do a second table in that space. Can my followers get to this? Sort of. Not really. What I'll do is I'll move this a little closer. Oh, no, that's gonna pick literally everything up. That's okay. I do like that. Now, I definitely want something as a table there. Doing something like this sideboard isn't bad here. How much feng shui are we gonna mess with here? I don't like that facing that direction. How is something like that? We can no longer walk through there, but how much did we walk through there before? So that's an idea. It can stick a little bit further on this side. I'm not going for that. That's just not doing it for me. Now this is kind of interesting. supposed to go. Interesting, this has like left and right. Oh, I see. So that would adjoin to like this side, I suppose. And I think I like that. Let's set it all the way on the ground though. If we can. That looks good, and we can put something on top of that. Maybe this little guy. Let's try it on. Yeah, my UI is telling me I'm dehydrated. Oh, that's food. There we go, that's hydration. Okay, not bad. It's dark in these corners. I think I'm gonna put some candles up in them actually. But first things first, we're gonna let the game do a little autosave here. I'm only building this one small structure, so I'm not, I don't need to like sit down and wait to autosave. I feel pretty sure that we can handle it to just let the game do its own little pause thing. We could add like, I really like to do just like yellow lights. Because there's not like an amber or orange light. At least not here. Oh look, here's some candles of different sizes. We can hang one of these up as like a lantern over here. Just kind of light up this corner, and that actually looks really nice. Let's do that over here as well. Let's do it in every corner just because they are pretty dim. Except over here. This one is not dim because it has a light source, apparently. What if we do it anyway? That makes it feel sort of cozy and warm. I don't know why I feel like I want to do a bench against this window. I would like if I had a bench that had like no back on it. I think we can find something like that. Those are a little too utilitarian. Something like this is nice. Yeah, I like that. We'll end up using part of this space for our bathroom, and I think I'm actually going to move the washer dryer out to here. Because I don't mind if it blocks too much of this window. And we can have this a little more centered here, in the visible space of the window. Window, not window. The middle of the visible space of the window is where we'll center that. And we can put some plants down. Let's go to our just regular old decorations for some planters. I do love a good hanging plant. Maybe we could put some over here. I think I like that. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let me get a rug for this area here. And I think I actually saw the Nishina rug, which I actually kind of like for this space. I'm getting like a weird stutter sometimes when I'm putting things down. But, who knows what that's all about. There we go. I like that. And then that goes into the corner with ye. It's floating. cozy. Doesn't this look so cozy? Maybe I like this a little better than this chair, actually. We can make this our desk chair. And we can make this our accent chair here. There we go. I like that, that's nice. This is so funny. Yeah, I love that they added all this stuff, like nobody asked for this. But here it is. It's just pretty cool. Alright, let's get some plants like I intended to the first time. We want smaller potted plants, like this one's great. And what if we can find something of a similar style? Or if not style, at least a similar size. I kind of like that, even though it is a disparate size. I think it still frames this nicely. I love having plants in places. I can't be stopped. I'm gonna put a plant in a place. You know me. Yeah, I didn't put any big planters out here, which I'm feeling regretful of. You know, it would have been a nice thing to have. I wish I had chosen one of these entryways with more space, but as it stands, there's still lots of places to sit there, which is inviting in its own way. We're going to want a towel rack. We're going to want a toilet and toilet paper. Very important to have both. I'm trying to get it to actually work there, but it doesn't want to work there. Let's see. I have not really grasped or understood what precise placement is all about. I'm not sure I know how that works. Okay, now that towel rack is too close to this. Alright, we're gonna put in some walls here. You know, there are better solutions to this. Let's see, I think in functional decor there are like fully built like bathroom things. Like shower enclosures and everything. We don't necessarily want a stall, but I would like to have some, yeah, shower. Shower glass. Yeah, you can make all different size of shower. Alright, I like that there. That's the pan. Oh, look at that. The one I want already comes with a pan. Alright, that's good. And we can kind of jam that in the corner if need be. And there should be a surround that will just stick to it, yeah. Whoops. Did not mean to put that there. I in fact meant to attach it here. And that will get us into there. We want to get a sink here as well. Yeah, which we could put outside the bathroom. Or we can have it right here, just sticking out of the wall, just floating, which I think is going to be a better use of our space here. So it's a little austere, but we want it just to be functional. And now we need walls. So let's see. may be wondering why none of the items that I place are red. I'm using the Starfield, gosh, what is it called? It's engine tweaks. It's SFSE engine tweaks, is that what it is? It's legitimately made like the best mod for this game. It does so much stuff. Just like truly awesome. The person who does it is like a wizard. Like it's kind of crazy that a person can do all this. And that person is Laurent Kiar, who does just like some of the best work with Starfield. Just period. Alright. Absolutely incredible mods. Cannot thank that person enough. Can I get a door here? I'm not thinking a door is gonna be likely for me because it's such a small space. You know, we would put in such a large door. It just wouldn't be feasible. So instead, let's put in a little bit of a kind of modesty angle here. I wish there was a better solution to this. I truly do, but I wouldn't know what it is. Maybe something like a curtain, I don't know. Could a curtain work? Alright, that is now poking through there, which we do not need it to. You know, it could go like back into something here, and that might shield it a bit more from view, right? Let's try something like that. Okay, yeah, I don't mind that. I think that looks okay. And I can walk in there and that's good. Okay, I think that's actually kind of nice. Hopefully this is just a workshop thing. Oh, no, it's not. It's this wall facing through the glass wall, which does not look very nice. Let's move it out just a tiny bit if we can. How about that? There we go. Everybody's happy now. Except maybe this wall, but I don't know. Alright. Yeah, I wonder if I can get another... Yeah, there's another, like, small piece we can add here. Just to kind of continue this small partition. Got different wood grains there, but whatever. And then the only one person who can fit on that toilet is Model G. But it's in there. No one's actually going to use it. It's just in there. Okay, that looks good. We've got that. Something is lacking here. I think that's going to be a yoga corner, which is a NIMS Deco pack. I don't actually do any kind of meditation. I recognize it's like a good thing, but I am not a person who can do it. Let's see, is it under bookcase wall? Yep, there we go. So we can have scoot it back in there just a little more. That's floating, but it doesn't. I don't think that's a real problem. I don't mind it floating that small amount. Sarah does, though. She's tweaking. But she tweaked through. You know, she's no quitter. Alright, this is not what I wanted it to be. We'll just call it that. It can be like a window box, like you might have a radiator or something. That fits. Alright, and we want a picture on this wall. I think in functional decor they've got every kind of picture. I love the NASA posters. I wish they sat better in corners. I wish anything sat better in a corner, truly. Alright, we've got some portraits here. We can do one of these on. Do we want a Neil Armstrong up here? I don't know many of these other people. Of course, we know Amelia Earhart, right? Let's see. Yeah, I wish stuff just like sat better in the corners. Things of a rectangular shape, that is. We get a Terrabrew sign up. You know, maybe we're out here working for Terrabrew. Why not? Let's get a Terrabrew sign up and where'd my NASA stuff go? I recognize I'm just not seeing it, but surely it's somewhere. Oh, it's here. Okay. I was so confused. Put our little NASA poster on these walls. Maybe we can make it look like it's two separate pieces. I don't know. That looks okay. It's not great by any means. You know, I think I would have preferred something that fills this wall a little more. That NASA poster is just a little too small. Are there some portraits I can use here? The thing about the portraits is they're all pretty severe. Let's see if we can find something a little bigger. I like this, actually. This mining Mars thing, that's fun. Oops. Let's move it over so we can get rid of that poster. Move this one in. There we go, and that's my corporate shill station all set up. I can't wait to start shilling corporately. I'd like to start my day with a good dose of corporate shilling. Alright, I'm losing my little mind again. There we go. We'll put a little NASA poster underneath it. Do I like it on that side? I think I do, but I wish this Terrabrew logo would sit in the corner without losing anything. But, you know, you can't have it all. Can't have it all. Okay, that looks really nice, actually. And I'm quite pleased with that. Let's get this moved down a little bit, and just so that is not covering over the full top of the poster. That looks nice, though. Is this runner new? I think they are. We can have this tapestry up here. Just gotta make it feel a little homey. I like that. You know, we could do two. We could have one direction and one the other direction. And it would look not as matchy, but more like a reflection of each other, right? That one is tilted a little too much. Two turns, as they would say back in my day. That was before they invented a way to be cool online. Everything was cringe online. We loved it. Alright. That looks nice. I think I take it back. I don't like it. I don't think I want two of these. I think it looks dumb. And I think I do want one of these just centered. Maybe a slightly off center. And then this slightly in over here. Okay, that looks good to me. We've got a bathroom, a work area, relaxation area, and a bedroom. Upstairs we're gonna do kitchen, which right now constitutes just an espresso machine on the floor. Well, that may actually be where we leave it for now, because we've made some very good progress. I think we would call our downstairs totally finished. And we've got our outside all set up. Got a nice view of our secondary settlement there. Can sort of see our ship from here. We could clear that out a little more, but I don't want to lose too many of the trees. But that is something we'll tackle in another video.